friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Blades of Exile. So last time I might have done a slightly boneheaded thing, and investigated this corner of the cavern, which just took me into the dark maze, and suffering. Not quite as dumb as I thought it was, though, because this is a whole lot easier to get to than this little area, it turns out. I ended up having to take quite a winding path all the way over to this side, down and around, and then through these stalagmites, and finally discover a cave. Opal Citadel, that's much more promising. Opal Citadel, fine gemstones, reasonable prices, robbery met with death. Well, I do have some gold to spend, but I fear that they may not let me spend it, because I just heard the sound of monsters spotting me and being hostile. Looking through the window, you see what looks like a small shop. Behind the counter is a human, wearing ragged, torn Empire armor, dealing with customers. The customers, interestingly enough, are two whites. The human notices you and looks very alarmed. As the whites turn around, the human jumps through a concealed door in the far wall. So apparently we are official representatives of Exile here. I'm going to assume that the undeads are here on behalf of Morog. So, apologies for disrupting your little operation here, I guess. Also here to interrupt is a soft cat. So I can pick up a few opals. And I think perhaps I shall, because they don't weigh very much. Oh no, I'm committing a robbery. I shall have to be punished. This is an enormous, closed portcullis. The bars are far too thick to bend, and too close together to slide between. I guess the shopkeeper closed that portcullis behind him when he ducked in here. You are at the east end of a narrow bridge over a small pool. Stone ramps are suspended between large stalagmites protruding from the water. Humans with bows watch you from windows overlooking the bridge. Several of them are taking aim. This fortress is more than ready to defend itself against you. Man, they didn't even give me a chance to, announce my intentions here. Yeah, we've got Empire archers. That's not great. Since Empire archers are pretty good at hitting things... You resist! How dare you! So, ruby skeleton, ruby skeleton. Can't enter, it's locked. Ow. And it seems my ruby skeleton is not really doing a whole lot over there. And Empire archers are way stronger than the grunt soldiers. Another reason why I wish I was able to capture one. I could try again, but that would leave Twylee at very low spell points. And my skeleton's dead. Maybe after beating him up a little bit? Dang it! What do I need to do to capture Soliu? No hi. Just how much evasion and resistance in general do you have? Okay, that tunnel seems clear. Arrows and bolts could perhaps be worth picking up. Too heavy. Oh, I see. You're almost at your weight limit. Hi. Prehistoric rat, that's a new one. Ooh, prehistoric rat has kind of a lot of hit points. And, not a lot else going for it except one rather strong attack. Oof, case in point. And nothing in the garbage pit. Of course, the secret door would be here. More ammo and another opal, why not? Also, while I'm thinking about it... Alchemy, go! Potion placed on floor. That's fine. Aye. Locked, because of course it is. Really? Magically locked, because of course it is. Oh. Beans. Let me guess, the inner door's locked too. Yep! This may call for ranged tactics. do have some killy things. Fireball's not doing quite as much damage as I hoped. Let's apply a curse on you. Capture soul again, perhaps, maybe? Darn it! Can't reach. And again, magically locked. Hi. This is either very good or very bad positioning. Slightly bad positioning. There is a large cavern on the other side of the guarded wall. Several crude stone buildings have been constructed inside, some of them barracks, some storerooms. There are several guards waiting for you. They're dressed like Empire soldiers, but their armor is old and their weapons are dented and slightly rusty. If they are, in fact, from the Empire, they must have been down here for some time. So I want to check something. Alchemy and poison. Okay, weak energy potion takes wormgrass and asp tongue mold. How much of those do I have on hand? 7 and... Oh, I can only make one more? Oof. And my backup herb carrier rarity is only carrying the ember flowers. I may have made 1 or 2 tactical blunders here. I do see a tome, though, so today isn't all bad. There's a thick spellbook sitting on this pedestal. Its cover is dirty and scuffed, and the pages have a dirty, heavily thumbed look. The mages here have clearly been making do with what they had. Of course, you might be able to get something out of this book as well. You try to read the words on the pages, but as you look at them, they seem to dance and squiggle around on the page. You are aware of this sort of script. It's designed to keep the contents secret. Fortunately, you have been trained in determining what words to read when, and you soon decode several spells. Most of them you know, but one is quite interesting. You can now cast Force Barrier! Yay! Also, my goodness, that sounds like a rather difficult thing to read. The mages here have written their magical notes and thoughts on sheets of treated lizard skin. Unfortunately, their years here seem to have left them somewhat unhinged. The notes descend into demented raving more than once. Oh, is it one of those dungeons? And same message. You open the book and try to read the words inside. When you do, the words immediately start shifting around on the page. As you watch, they shift around in hypnotic patterns. Lovely, lovely patterns. You have a hard time looking away. When you do finally manage to close the book and look away, you feel slightly dazed. Oh, ew, that drains my spell points. That's enough of that foolishness, I think. So I'm just going to fight through here again. Oh. I'm fine, everything's fine. Totally fine. Let's do a major blessing and a revive. And Fluttershy, what can you do that's useful? You could summon a ruby skeleton for hilarious damage. Oh, because I haven't been through the dark maze, I don't actually have the Pyro Hydra here. Wouldn't have been using that much anyway. You've slowed me, you jerks. More fireballs for you. The slow group only got two Empire archers, which is better than nothing. At this point, I'm fed up with trying to capture soul the archers, so yeah, I'm just gonna kill them. Not enough visible targets for death arrows, which would be sort of nice. I do not feel much need to actually engage with the summons. And my ruby skeleton is now useless because he doesn't know how to go through a door. Evil Priest. Is my blessing wearing off? Because it feels like it's wearing off. Much better. Again, disregard summons, except for the casters. Focus on beefier targets. Until everyone else is dead. Okay, found one more. And again, the door is locked. Let's regroup and recenter. This could be a good time to use that Tome of Health. Maybe. Or at least use one or two healing potions. And gathering up all the gold because of course I do. Collect spell, which I may or may not ever use. One of the mages here has been keeping a crude journal, which you find in this desk. It explains, in a rambling, demented way, where this colony came from. The people here were a band of elite soldiers during the Empire War with Exile. They were taking boats through the za-khazi run in the hopes of running surprise raids on Exile. Alas, their boats got stuck in the same place yours did. Trapped here, they made the best of their situation. During their exploration, they found a rich opal deposit. They settled here, mining the stones while waiting for rescue. When no rescue came, they had children and settled down, growing more and more isolated and disturbed. They never learned of the Empire's peace with Exile. Now they are very wealthy, but they're also trapped here and unable to take advantage of it. Yipe. Often a good idea to save before stepping on a rune. The rune flashes as you pass over it. Your skin feels slightly parboiled. Only just a little bit. Was it worth it? Good question. Maybe it's a good thing I held off on that Tome of Healing. Other two bedrooms are not so guarded. Nothing in the chest. The scrolls on this bookshelf are all ledgers, describing the considerable number of opals pulled from the mines below, along with occasional demented ravings. One listing is of interest. Melora found an amazing specimen today. It's the size of a fist and utterly flawless. We must look at it. It is lovely, lovely. We call it the Melora Opal, because after all, she found it. It is the most valuable thing we own. Valuable. Okay. I wonder if any of these opals just happen to have mind-warping properties. Okay, back storeroom. Don't mind if I loot a few supplies. Can't carry any more arrows. Oh boy, more worm meat. Okay, and no more secret passages in that storeroom. Evil High Priest. Oh, this could get rather interesting. Leaving yourself open for a pretty good fireball here. Oh, there's more of them. Don't have enough spell points for everything I might want to do here. Oh, Rarity is also running rather low on spell points. Phooey. I could cast Pestilence just for funsies. Okay, Ruby Skeleton, not as good if you get a bunch of things surrounding it in melee, and it defaults to its reasonably good melee attack, but it doesn't end up using its absurdly overpowered Heat Ray. Grumble growl. I was about to complain about nobody having fireballs, but I do have this underutilized Fire Orb necklace. Wait, Fire Orb was supposed to cast Firestorm. Harumph. Maybe that's why I've not been using it very much. Yeah, bad move, bad move. Okay, I think we've dealt with anyone who might be lurking around in the outside area here. That doesn't mean... Nice! I diseased the Empire Archer, eventually he got poisoned, and now he is dead! What do you know, that spell actually can be good for something. And now I'm on the other side of that gate. Holding some weapons and armor. And opals, of course. Holly, it's not wormgrass, but it's still an alchemical ingredient. A temple, and the altar doesn't seem to like me. This looks like the room of someone important. Probably someone who's dead now. Like one of the high priests. Could pick up some priestly pants. Looks like there won't be anything secret hiding in the corners. This altar is not trying to burn me. You will die pretty fast. Yep. Okay, nothing worth grabbing in this barracks. Never went up here, but there's not much to see. Bread and meat, not yours, unlike all of the other food I've been looting. Okay, apparently nothing in that little area. So I know there's at least one dead archer in here. And I found two more that aren't dead yet. I'm just gonna have my casters hide. Of course, he's not actually going to come at me. Since I haven't actually been using my death wands. There we go. Okay, that appears to be the first level of this dungeon. And there is a stairway heading down. We shall see what lies beneath the Opal Citadel next time. Until then, have a good one and take care, everybody.